pretty chaotic at the end, mate. I imagine you're just glad to hang on.
Yeah, I want to see the footage back. I think obviously the goal was a momentum shifter, their one. You know, I want to see if Joshy actually got fouled. I thought still very contentious, and I think that swung the momentum completely Jets' way. I mean, they were making a lot of inroads, especially that second half. We just didn't deal with the extra player stepping in, and but again, you know, credit to the boys. They defended really well. You know, we met some desperate blocks. We were pretty tired. Even the boys that came on probably want a little bit more energy from those players to close the game out. And, you know, but again, I think I said it in the post-match interview, sometimes when you're in those positions, you forget how to win. You know, we've had, you know, a bit of a struggle this season, and last week, you know, we probably should have picked up the 3 points, but I was happy to hold on.
Yeah, I mean, that first half is probably what you would like the whole...
It would be nice, yeah.
Pretty much after about 15 minutes, you took control.
Yep.
Why was that? Do you think you just injection of Alex Roof and a couple of senior players, or was it just they found some?
Yeah, I think
Sydney
once we started sticking some passes and finding the high point, we looked really dangerous. And, you know, we had 2 or 3 sequences of about 3 or 4 more passes, but more transitional moments. And I think that they gave the boys belief, and then scored a great first goal. And the second goal was great as well. And I think we probably should have scored another 2 on top of that. We had opportunities to exploit. I think Payne had 2 opportunities for an early cross and so on. But, yeah, no, I was happy. Second half, you know, just turned into, I think we'll playing the score more than we'll playing the game, because they were throwing numbers forward and we could have capitalised. And you know, sometimes that can be inexperience, that could be just the moment, that could be, you know, a number of reasons. And I think we had an opportunity to finish the game, even at 2-0. You know, I still think we're pretty comfortable. But again, yeah, it'd be nice to put 2 halves of that football together.
Yeah, but whether it was a foul or not for that goal from the keeper, it looked like it rattled him a little bit. I think I saw at one point one of your defenders took a goal kick. Was that just to let him get his composure back? Cause then
potentially,
end, you know?
I can't speak to that because I haven't spoken to the players. But again, I think if you look at just the circumstance, you know, you kind of second guess yourself, and because goalkeepers are generally, you know, well protected by the referees with his contact. So I guess maybe something that was in the back of his mind, if there was another cross or another moment like that, you know, sometimes keepers want to know that the referees, you know, going to protect them, especially if there's a foul. But then I think he pulled off an unbelievable save at the end and saved us. No different to, you know, the game against Sydney. You know, in the last 5 minutes, he pulled off 2 unbelievable saves to keep us in the game. So, you know, I can't fault Joshy's effort. Again, you know, he was, you know, the reason why we picked up the win today.
I guess mathematically you can still make
can we? All right.
Yeah. Tell me.
Sure.
They're saying the same thing about the
yeah.
What's the next 4 rounds about for you? Is it building for next year? Is it about
of course
over contracts? What's about your future as well, I presume?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I guess irrespective of my future at the club, you know, my goal is to win every game, you know, and I'll go in and try to build on this momentum. You know, we drawn with Sydney, we've drawn with Wanderers, we picked up a win. You know, Newcastle been really good this season, and you know, we play Victory with a short turnaround. We're looking to really try and push them as well. They're going for a 6 spot, top 6 spot and higher. So we want to make sure we make it really hard for them. And again, I think if we can build on the Wanderers' performance and in terms of the attacking intensity and so on, I think we'll give them a good game.
Next week's game is huge, not only for you guys but for Victory, as you mentioned. What's your message to the supporters to get out and support the boys in these last 4 rounds?
Yeah, I think, you know, we have very good fans. I think loyal fans. I think it's very important that they come out and support us. We've only got a couple of home games. You know, I think, you know, the crowd's important. I thought the crowd actually here tonight was really good for Newcastle. You could hear them, especially when it got to 2-1. They were, you know, very boisterous. Yeah, I think it's important as well, you know, irrespective of where we finish in the league, you know, fans are fans, you know, they need to celebrate their team. So I think, you know, tonight would be a good way, you know, for them to celebrate their team.